What up, party people? It's your man Confidence. I'm back. Wow, the weeks go real quick. I mean, what's it been like 3 weeks, maybe four already? And I always say to myself, like, yo, I need to like try to do this once a week, but then the time just keeps going and I'm busy. I can't do it. Plus, I'm like, man, what do I want to talk about? Do I want to talk about stuff? Do I want to do music breakdown? So that's what I'm going to do today music breakdown, breaking down a beat that was made in Splice, me and my dude Jay Ferra. We're submitting this beat for a compilation, just an instrumental. And we want it to be at a very high level because there's a lot of plus side on it if it gets placed and the relationship that will happen after that. So that's something else to talk about when those things develop more. But in the meantime, we're trying to get this beat together and submit. We've been working on it for like 3, 4 weeks on and off. We meet up during the week and we just haven't been able to find good sounds enough to finish it. We started off strong, but like we hit like a roadblock. And this past week, we finally got it to like 90, about 90% done. Hooks done, intro, sounds, but we gotta like alter some of the sounds because they're just not good enough. So that's what I'm gonna break down today. Beat making and splice. Meet me on the computer, all right? All right, so we in the computer, man. This is the joint. You see, we tracked it out for like 2 minutes. We got sounds up here. We're not probably using. Everything's down below. You see, there's a lot going on in here, man. A lot of tracks, a lot of sounds. Got an intro. Normally we're not doing intros. I'm not doing intros, but if they present themselves, we will do an intro. So I want to break down a little of this beat. It's been a lot of work, at least 3 weeks, multiple times a week, at least 2 times a week for about 3, maybe 4 weeks trying to finish this beat. And it's not 100% done yet. It's almost there. So let's talk about the drums first because that really set things off. So we ended up swapping out the snare for here. You see it's a different snare there, but this other snare ended up being better. And we also did some of this, some of those 90s, some of these you got to hear it with the drums, but um that snare here sounded better than the snare in here, so we switched it. Here's the drums. All right, so I mean that pretty much set it off. Bass is not like the best, but it's good. Now, of course, like normally with Splice, we don't take everything as is. All right, so we had to do what we do with that, break it into little pieces and place it. But let's go through some of the beat and then we'll talk about some of the backstory on some of these sounds, starting with the intro. You hear that hook? Because that's we're the Hook Brothers, man. We try to pride ourselves on hook creation, and I think this hook deserves to be in the category of the Hook Brothers because this is what we do. 4 tracks for the hook. These horns, obviously, look, the main thing we're trying to do for this beat is to give it that sort of that 90 jazzy boom bap feel, okay? And gotta have horns because That's gonna be like the main thing to capture that essence. And going through Splice, different. There's definitely saxophone and all that, and you just gotta find the right sound, right? We went through, like for example, we went through some couple saxes early on up here that were like, all right, this is good for now. Especially this one. It was good when we had it, but it didn't stay. We just kept it up there just in case, but this right here, man, and you can see it's been pieced together. We didn't just take a loop. I mean, it's got the tone, it's got that classic, authentic tone to it. I mean, that's really all you want. Like if I just muted all these, it would still sound good. We started with this joint for the hook. Remember, remember, all my beat makers out there, this was all made in Splice. Please remember, man, I could be sampling music from the 70s, 60s, or I could be sampling on Splice. As long as it sounds. Piano notes, just to fill it out. Really like this over the fuck. I really like I love like high pitched sounds. I wanted to use more, but it don't sound good. I like that woo, but like those other sounds in there, it's not good. Especially that one. Yeah, that's if that vocal wasn't there. I don't have this anymore, so basically I'm screwed. I really have no choice. I love that sound. We'll put that in and see how it sounds. They can't hear it over there. Can't hear it. It's just too bad. I don't even. It's not a big deal, but I just love this how this sounds. Like I said earlier, you got those classic '90s, snare doubles up. There's a couple more. I just wanted to record a couple so we can play some. Come on, man. '90s jazzy boom bap. Come on, we gotta have some of those in there. I learned this technique from scratching because when you have doubles on and you got the fader and you're scratching one, you scratch the snare and you flip the fader back, they double up. Tats, ta-ta, 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 ta-ta. So going back to the '90s when I first started doing that, I could do that, emulate that with the MPC. So I know how to time the snare the same way that I did on the turntable to capture that feel. And that's all you got to do. I mean, I don't got the MPC to show you, but you got to use your ear. All right, so we got some of those. Just we can place. I wanted to get them in there because I want to capture that feel. But other than that, I mean, yo, the main shit on this is just these sort of these roads. Actually, hold on, let me mute a couple of these sounds because we were trying to start adding some new sounds. It's just got a classic, feel right there. And as you see, these sounds aren't like all advanced, right? Here's the original. obviously we didn't like that, right? Because if you get something basic like this, you can layer it like for days. All right, there's really no problems because it's kind of like almost one note. So we found these late the other night because we wanted to keep going. We finally got the hook done and we found some of these sounds. I really like this right here. Just a matter of like how to use these to maximize their sound quality. Maybe that's combining with other sounds that we have or finding something new. Here's a couple sounds, just pieces that were thrown in. A nice bridge before the hook. Like this hook, right? This little bridge. Vocal early on. We had an original hook, a two-part hook, and I told John, I was like, "Yo, man, we gotta redo this, man. This hook's not good enough. This it's not gonna work. It's not strong enough. It's not dope enough." That whole shit was scrapped. This is the only remnant of the original hook. So it does. I'm glad we got to salvage something. Sounds good though. But of course, this new hook is just ridiculous. Why did my Oh, I muted it. So I took out the snares so they wouldn't, double up. Raise it a little bit. Wow. So the problem with this is that it's not done. I mean, like some of these sounds down here, like we put these in early on, so it's like, what are we gonna keep here? We're gonna keep this. That sounds good over the beat. That sounds good. That might stay. That might stay. I guess these are gonna stay. The only way they're gonna change is if we find new sounds that are better and it adds to like a different type of feel variety. That's what we started doing with these. And so like I was trying to do something like this to extend it, but it sounds okay. Not bad, but like if I can combine something else with this, I think it would make it sound that much better. But I do really like the feel. Because it really captures the essence of this beat, I feel. So this is the whole breakdown, man. I mean, again, all through Splice. I don't really care about saying it's all through Splice anymore because you know how I do. You know my output. We didn't use this sound. It's in the original hook, but it doesn't work by itself. Again, if we can find a layer for it, maybe like this, bring it out some more, it could work. So, like I said, it's about 90% done. We got to meet up again because we got to turn this in by the end of the month. And I mean, it's definitely ready. It's definitely there to be like 100% good enough for whatever beats are going to be on this thing because this beat is definitely official. We just got to fine tune a little bit more and we'll be good to go.